And just last week, Dateline set up an investigation in a new town, Murphy, Texas. What happened there was a shock to everyone. He had a pistol in his hand.
Small caliber.
For the past several weeks, Dateline has been working on a new predator investigation, this one set in Texas. This past weekend, events there took a startling and deadly turn. Here again, Chris Hansen.
He's slowly coming down. He's a few houses up still.
For an upcoming investigation into online sex predators, we went to Murphy, Texas, a bedroom community outside of Dallas, and rigged this house with hidden cameras inside and out. And as always, it wasn't long before men came to the door looking for a young teen home alone. Like this man.
You want to have him just wave him in.
He's 54-year-old Stanley Kendall, here to meet a boy who online told him he was 13. He was really chatting with a decoy from Perverted Justice.
How you doing, Stanley?
An actor playing the part of the boy invites him in.
Well, as long as you made it here, that's all that matters.
Online, Kendall told the decoy he wanted to teach the inexperienced boy different sex acts and sent a picture of his genitals.
So what do you think we should start with?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Incredibly, it turns out he's a school teacher. What was the lesson plan for tonight?
I thought this was a joke.
You thought what was a joke?
I should have known better.
Kendall told us he teaches math at a Dallas middle school. That raises an obvious question. What have you been doing with students?
Definitely not this.
And why should I believe you?
Because I've successfully taught school for 23 years.
He also says that even though he talked about teaching the boy all about sex, it never would have gone that far. Well, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I'm truly sorry.
Outside, officers from the Murphy Police Department are waiting to arrest him.
Police Department, get on the ground!
He's charged with soliciting a minor online, and he's being held on $50,000 bail. Here in Texas, the topic of internet predators has become a highly charged political issue.
Abbott's law enforcement officers arrested over 500 sex offenders.
The Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor both used cracking down on child sex predators as a central campaign issue. It's a felony in Texas to solicit a minor for sex over the internet, even if the suspect never leaves his house, never actually attempts to meet the minor. Murphy Police Chief William Myrick.
I guess that's what I like so much about the way the Texas law is written, is the fact that the meeting does not have to occur, so we can still make a case out of that.
That was the case when a decoy from Perverted Justice started getting messages from a man who we learned was an assistant district attorney from a nearby county. 56-year-old Louis William Conrad Jr., screen name InXS00, chatted graphically about sex with a Perverted Justice volunteer pretending to be a 13-year-old boy. And he sent pornographic pictures to the decoy. He talked about coming over to the undercover house, but in the end, never did. And as far as we know, never knew Dateline was in the area. The Murphy police obtained an arrest warrant for Conrad and did something we've not seen before. They contacted the local authorities in Conrad's town and knocked on his door. Conrad didn't answer, but police said there were signs he was still inside, so a tactical team was called in. The officers lined up in formation, then broke through the back door. But before they could make the arrest, the assistant DA pulled out a gun and pointed it at his head. Lieutenant Adana Barber was there.
As they made entry, they confronted the suspect. I believe he was in the hallway, and he told them he wasn't going to hurt them, and then shot himself in the head.
Officers performed CPR, and Conrad was airlifted to Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas, where he later died.
Police are investigating the handling of this case. That is standard procedure. Officers also seized the computers at Louis William Conrad's house. Dateline will continue to report on new developments and on the rest of our investigation in Murphy, Texas. You can find information on how to protect children from internet predators on our website. There's a complete online safety guide for parents and teenagers at dateline.msnbc.com.